Today was a bit dreary, but we didn't have much in the way of rain for today. Let's say at least since daybreak. We had a little bit of activity before sunrise, a little bit of mist that was holding on. But for this month, we have an inch of rainfall in Meridian thus far. We still have a deficit for the month that is less than a half an inch. And for the year, we're doing okay, but still we are suffering from a very dry ground. We picked up over the past couple of days, again, close to about 3/4 of an inch of rain, which was helpful. As we look at the drought monitor, you can see why it's helpful, considering as of last week, all of our area was suffering from some form of a drought. But again, take notice to the extreme western parts of our viewing area, that darker shade of red, well, that has expanded a bit with the latest drought monitor that came out for today. So again, parts of the area, unfortunately, are dealing with worse conditions compared to what we had last week. But again, the recent rainfall was helpful. However, since the rain came, let's say yesterday more so, that was after the update information really would be reflected on this week's outlook. So next week we should see if the recent rainfall was helpful for some spots when next week's drought monitor does come out. But regardless, right now it's dry. We still have those clouds in place, and the bigger picture shows a relatively dry southern portion of the U.S. A few showers though across the south and east. However, we do have this area of low pressure, a big system impacting the plains in the Midwest, but this cold front is going to make its way towards us, and it is going to bring us a change by the weekend. Now for tomorrow, we're going to see somewhat of a change because we've had unseasonably cool weather since Wednesday. We're going to warm up a bit for our Friday, as we're expecting highs to kind of flirt with 80. A south wind kicks in. We're expecting more sunshine by the afternoon at least, so we should be able to warm up a bit, getting closer to the average. But that cold front comes through Friday night into Saturday morning. It could spit out a little bit more in the way of wet weather, not a whole lot though, but the bigger story with that front will be the cooler air that comes in and the very breezy conditions that we'll have to deal with. So as we look at your Saturday afternoon, here's 3 o'clock, we're estimating that winds could gust over 20 miles per hour, maybe up to 25 miles per hour. Again, that's for your Saturday. And as we head into your Sunday, it's going to be a similar scene. That northwest wind could be a bit stronger. We're expecting winds to gust over 25 miles per hour, possibly up to 30 miles per hour. So again, if you have any outdoor events, be prepared for windier conditions. Now with that front coming through, again, it's also going to cool us down. So the average high for this time of year should be in the low 80s. We're expecting to get close to that for Friday, especially if we tap into some sunshine sooner than later after that morning cloud deck hangs out. But by Saturday, we're expecting temperatures to fall because of that northwest wind. So we're going to get below the average with 70s. And then by Sunday, that cooler air will continue to settle in. So we're talking highs for Sunday only in the upper 60s, and similar for our Monday. So we're going to have some of the coolest air of the season as we head towards the end of the weekend into early next week. Right now, temperatures are into the mid to upper 60s, more so 66 anywhere from Meridian to Livingston. The winds are calm. Visibility looks pretty good for now, but there could be some fog overnight. Lows overnight will bottom out into the mid to upper 50s, so it's going to be a cool start, but that's close to the average for this time of year. But again, there could be some visibilities less than 3 miles. So you just want to make sure that you allow some extra travel time, I should say, for your Friday morning commute. We're going to have either morning fog or just a low cloud deck hanging out Friday morning, but by the afternoon we should tap into some sunshine. So again, we're expecting highs near 80, and that will be the last of the 80s that we could see until, as mentioned, possibly the weekend, as we are looking at temperatures cooling off a bit. So let me add this 7-day forecast for you. It looks like it doesn't want to pop up here, but we're going to have unseasonably cool weather for our weekend. There we go. Again, this is sponsored by Meridian Mutual, this 10-day forecast at 10. But cooler weather is coming for the cool weather lovers, and we're going to keep it cooler than the average for the most part throughout the next 10 days.